Hey guys, welcome back to Wheelhouse Cars. In today's video, we're going to be getting this 1990 Toyota truck up and running. It's currently 9:30 on Friday night, and we have until Saturday night to get this thing running. Because in less than a week, we have to get this thing to Tahoe. And we know damn well Johnny is not going to get this thing running himself. So we brought the cavalry. Anyways, I'm going to have him talk about this car a little more. It's actually pretty dope. I know I rip on it a lot, but it's actually a really dope truck, and I hope that we can get it running for Tahoe.
What's up, guys? I'm Johnny. This is my 1990 Toyota pickup. Had it for a couple years now, touching 300,000 miles, so it's getting up there, but she's holding up pretty good. It's a really fun truck, except for when it's not running. Hopefully tonight we can do some problem shooting. Basically, the problem is right now, we're running on about 4 cylinders, and it's not supposed to be running on 4.
And we also have our good friend Jameson here to help.
I'm Hubert.
So Johnny, what have you done to try to fix this truck so far?
So I've checked spark, I've checked fuel pressure. We got spark in all 6 cylinders. We got good fuel pressure, but I mean, there's not a super good way that I've checked so far for each fuel injector itself. So we'll dig a little deeper in that further on in the video. The first thing we're going to try here to get working on this truck here is a compression test with this kit right here. Without further ado.
Okay, first things first, we're going to check compression on this. We're going to do this by pulling the spark plug and then putting the tester on it right here. And yeah, let's get to it.
So I mean, the spark plug's a little dark, but it definitely works. Now we're gonna get our tester in here.
Okay, now that we have the compression tester,
125 and 175 between.
So exactly, we're gonna be looking for between 125 and 175 on this gauge right here. It's in the spark plug hole, so he's gonna crank it, and we'll see where it goes once it stops rising.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
So as you can see, that's sitting around 65.
65?
Yes.
What should it be at?
Should be around 120. So let's reset that. Okay, let's try again. Maybe that was just one bad test.
There's air going by.
I don't hear any air. I can
Try it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another about 70. So that's not great.
Pretty shit, if you ask me.
As you can see, it's not leaking down here. As you can see, it's on that 70 marker around, and it's not really leaking down. It's around 65, 70. So that's pretty not good. But before we make any conclusions, we're going to do it to all the cylinders. If the rest of them are this, then it's probably a gauge issue. But if some are good and some are bad, then it's really not looking good.
So we're not getting the fixed scenario.
So we're going to do the rest, pretty much just time-lapse, and then we'll get back to the numbers at the end. Okay, so we just ran the compression test on all 6 cylinders, and let's just say the results aren't great. On the passenger side, which was the side that was giving us trouble,
Yep.
it went from 65, 70 to 60, Like we said before, we're ranging in between 125 and 170. Driver's side across all three was 150, almost right where we want it. So
Yeah, basically driver's side perfect. Passenger, ooh,
yeah, he's a little cooked on that.
yep.
So Jameson just got back. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna talk it out. It's pretty cold out here.
Some hot pockets.
Yeah.
To show how cold it is, we actually got a little fire going here. We got a little fire going here.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure this out. Could be a number of things. Could be anything from valves to the piston rings. Hopefully it's not terrible, but we're just gonna
Most likely
talk it
valves.
through.
Hopefully valves. Most likely valves.
Yeah, we're gonna talk it through, and hopefully we can create a game plan. So we'll get back to you when we get there.
So it's the next day now, and after thinking about it a little bit, kind of odd that there's no compression in one whole half of the engine, which is a little odd. So we're actually gonna go ahead and check the timing belt now and make sure everything looks good there.
So the idea behind checking the timing belt is because one side is bad. It's most likely this guy, bro. It's most likely that one side, like one cam gear, skipped a tooth, or the timing belt skipped a tooth. So we're gonna take the timing cover off and check it there.
So hopefully it's just a timing belt issue, and we don't have to fix the valves.
Radiators finally out. Back behind. Right down there. So now we have to just take off the remaining belts down there and take this front or this top timing cover off. And then we can start to see the condition of the belt and if it's in time, essentially. Okay, so we got the top timing cover off. First look, this is pretty tight right here. Pretty tight. It doesn't, this is loose right here. This is maybe a little looser than that. It should be about the same. So we're gonna try to line it up by turning the crank bolt and then checking the timing marks on the cam gears, like that one and this one. Okay, so we just put this thing to top dead center, and this mark lines up perfectly with this side. And remember, this was a good side that had good compression, 150 across all three cylinders. This side had 60s to 70s. The mark is here, and it's supposed to be in line with here, almost 4 gears over. or 4 teeth over. So luckily,
We're also lined up on the bottom here too.
yeah.
0. Bottom lines up. This cam's lined up perfectly, and this one is off significantly.
So luckily for Jonny, this is a non-interference. So that means that basically he doesn't have bent valves, and we don't have to tear the motor down. But we do have to fix this. Now, like I said, this one's loose, this is loose, and then these are pretty tight. So I think once we take the bottom timing cover off and everything, we should inspect the tensioners and see how they look, because really it should be uniformed. And skipping 4 teeth is not a small thing, so we're gonna have to dive a little deeper into this. But at least that's good news that we don't have to tear down the motor. So we took the fan housing that went right here. Looked like a water pump, but it's fake. So we were talking about the belts not being the right tension, right? This was a little loose, and these are tight.
This one right
Look
here,
at that one.
that's pretty
Yeah,
freaking
that's-
loose. And this is our tensioner right here as well.
Yeah, so that's definitely not how it should be. So we're gonna probably take it down. Maybe have to replace some tensioners. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we're gonna take this off screen, and then we'll show the whole thing together. So after some conversation and figuring out what we should do, Jonny thinks that he just didn't tighten the tensioner down enough. Guys, this is why you always use a torque wrench. Okay, don't be like Jonny. Don't make the same mistakes as Jonny.
I snugged it up, but she wasn't snug enough.
So
Except I replaced that 5 months ago. Did the timing belt. I replaced the tensioner, water pump, all that good stuff. And
we wouldn't be here if he did it right, though.
exactly. This is more content, so you should actually be thanking me, Jose.
This guy. So we're gonna loosen the tensioner up. Move this over about 4 teeth. Get it lined up and everything.
And the belt does look fine. We looked at all the teeth here. There's no cracks. And the timing belt isn't actually that old at all. So
Yeah, that's the reason why we're not replacing anything, because Jonny was just in here, like he said, about 5 months ago. The water pump's pretty much new. The belt's pretty much new. So just, it doesn't look like any rips or anything, so just set it back. We'll start to put everything together and see how it runs. Hopefully pretty well.
yeah,
Oh.
hopefully the next clip is the truck running.
Okay, so just redid this, got it within spec. Jonny's pretty happy with it. After torquing this down, he thinks that the spring is just not creating enough tension when you release it. So we pressed up against it just to get this tighter. Torqued this down to 32 foot-pounds. And I mean, everything's in line.
Yep, we cranked it over a few times just to be sure. The belt itself actually looks perfectly fine. So really, the main thing we did here was just push extra up on this, because I don't think the spring was actually pulling it tight enough. And now this belt is way tighter, These feel solid. So I think we should be good. We're going to put it all back together and fire it up and see what happens.
How confident are you that it's going to run right?
100% confident. I have full confidence in my Toyota. Never let me down. Up until this point.
Okay, if you're watching this, pause and go into the comments and put in how confident you guys think this is going to run. Because honestly, I'm like 90% sure. I mean, like, I don't think anything really went wrong. Like, do you think anything, Johnny?
I don't think anything super went wrong. I think it's just old, really. I think it's just old. This thing's got 390 miles on it.
Yeah, I feel like it's just age. So I mean, most of the parts are newish. So we're gonna smack everything on, and hopefully in the next hour or so, it'll be running.
Yeah. Hopefully, you guys are still seeing the sun when this thing is running.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's like 3 o'clock. It's not that bad, but so we'll put everything back together, and we'll get to it.
So basically, Jose decided to pull from the cord instead of the plug here. So this is what the inside of the plug looks like. It got ripped out. Thank you, Jose. Right here. This is your plug here. So not a big deal. You just slide this off. You basically fold the wire back over and clip these back down. Not that bad. I have also done it in the past. It's very easy to do, especially a couple of these are a tricky spot. So we will be back.
Okay, so pretty much everything is back together. Torqued everything down. There's just basically 3 things we're waiting on. We're waiting on this wire for cylinder number 2 to be fixed. We're waiting on the gasket maker on this water hose to dry up and then put water in here. So let's see what time it is. It's 5 o'clock, so we're making pretty good progress on it. We should have this thing running by sundown. Basically, the only thing we're waiting on is just that to dry, so that might take a bit. But I mean, it looks like everything should work. Everything looks good, and it was pretty easy to put back together. So we're gonna let this dry, and then we'll come back when this thing is ready to run.
All right. First startup.
Okay, so it's still not running perfect. I think it's running better than it did. Johnny doesn't think so. So we're just gonna compression test that side, this one cylinder, see if it got better. If it's the same, then we didn't fix it. But if it got better, it might just mean that the computer has to readjust. And yeah, hopefully it's just it has to break in. So okay, so as you can see, compression is obviously way better. It's at 150. It's just like the other ones.
That's where it should be.
My thought is put water in it. We don't have to put the coolant in it just yet because it's expensive coolant, but just double check that the wires are good and let the computer like figure it out, because if it's been running like this, it might be trying to adjust for something that's not there. And I think if we let it run, get hot, maybe take it for a test drive, it should reset the computer and allow it to run. Let's try to get it warm, try to test drive it, and it should tell us pretty much if it's just a computer thing. Reset the computer and it should be good.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here. I'm so used to the Civic, this feels so weird.
So we're test driving it, trying to get the computer to, I guess, relearn. It's still idling pretty weird, but I mean, it seems to be driving me like decent. What do you think, Johnny?
It's decent, it's kind of stuttering right now.
Like it's stumbling?
Yeah, like it's not picking up at the beginning. Like if you look at the RPMs here, it's also kind of bouncing around a little bit. Actually, it's pretty steady right there. But
yeah, one thing I did notice was
you kind of hear the engine like right here. You hear it kind of burbling.
yeah. Hopefully the camera picks up on that. But one thing I did notice that, like, getting it up and then it would come back down and it'd like sputter and almost die.
But I would say the good thing is I feel like the normal amount of power that it usually has. So I'm assuming everything's good. Will be fixed. I think we might just be having a little bit different of a problem here. Maybe we put something together wrong or something's not quite right. It's just running a little bit rough. So
is the how much gas do you have?
about a half tank right now.
Okay. So we'll probably drive around a bit, and I'm starting to get low on space, so we'll come back, and hopefully this thing is fixed and it starts to learn itself, but it's probably going to take a heat cycle or two, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
Alright, so we just made it back. The truck's still running a little rough, but I think that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully in the next few weeks it drives better for him. Jonny, how do you feel after today?
Feel great. I miss driving that truck a lot.
Even though it's
and y'all are going to see why when we bring it to Tahoe.
Yeah, we can finally bring it to Tahoe.
Let's go.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully we can.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'll be another video.
See what happens. It's running good, like power-wise. It feels great. But it just seems to kind of like have trouble picking up a little bit. But power-wise, it feels fine, which is weird. You can just kind of hear. It doesn't sound exactly right. But it feels fine. Just kind of odd, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, that'll just take time. And, yeah, this thing will make it Saho.
We did complete the assignment, though.
Yeah, we did fix it. And,
We did, yeah.
And we're a day ahead of schedule.
A day ahead, bro.
Yeah.
A day ahead.
So, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and tune in for the next one.
Wheelhouse out!